Hey friends, welcome to this week's episode of Small Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, Jennifer Razon. Just gonna quickly preface this episode by saying that I had some technical difficulties for the video portion. So if you're watching this on YouTube, the first half is gonna be pretty much a still video, and then the second half, the video will kick in. But the whole episode has some great audio. I didn't want to, cut any of that first part out. So hope you enjoy, and thanks for listening and watching.
That's the best I got. I want to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10.
Remember that Sesame Street? Was it Sesame Street? That old cartoon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I don't remember it, but you did it really well. If you want to interlude that.
Ooh, is that new?
No, it's
Aw. Okay.
Small Talk Tuesday.
The first one sounded new.
Come in the heat. That's the sound of Jen about to go do a marathon, 26 miles. I'm scared for you. Okay, you start it.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Small Talk Tuesday. I am back here with my co-host Ian Hawk McLeod.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Oh, thank you. I received the love. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Another small talk.
Yeah, how have you been? You haven't been around the last couple of weeks. You've been pretty busy.
I mean, busy is relative, right? Because I think everyone's in their head want to be busy. I try to be in flow wherever I go. And so, yeah, I have spent a couple of weeks in Barcelona, and then I spent a week in Smoky Mountains, Tennessee, and then back here in California. It's a lot of strange places, but beautiful places, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Thanks. Happy to be back in the studio again.
I know we're back in this. It's been a minute since I was in here as well. I like this room though.
It is.
You'd have to watch it on YouTube to see all the color and expressions.
It has its own. It's a character on its own.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to name the studio. Maybe it needs a name.
That is true. We don't have a name for it yet.
No. Hitchcock Quarters. Hitchcock HQ. Because I have a painting of Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock up there.
That's true.
No, Hitchcock HQ. It's a little hard.
A little grim.
Grim. Okay.
Grim. You want it to be like
Magic Johnson's Monastery. There's Magic Johnson. Monastery and Magic probably don't go together.
MJ.
Yeah, that's my magic castle, but that's taken too. Can't be a castle.
It'll come to you the more you spend more time here. You feel like, okay, this is
McLeod's Magic Moments. Brought to you by Kellogg's.
Oh, not going to mention Kellogg's here yet.
This episode is brought to you by Asics, the best shoes for Jen to run in.
I literally kind of almost worn mine out. Mine's like 400 plus miles on my shoes.
Did you tell your sponsor that you need new shoes?
No, I don't have a sponsor.
All right, well, yet. This episode, this episode of Small Talk is brought to you by Small Talk Tuesday. Brought to you by, man, I really ruined that. Scratch it. This episode of Small Talk Tuesday is brought to you by Asics.
They are, I think, the official sponsor of the LA Marathon last time.
Yeah, and they should be official sponsor of you, because tell me what's happening on Saturday, Sunday, whatever the day is.
Well, Saturday I'm running the 5K.
Nuts.
Which is kind of like my shakeout run.
Shakeout run.
Yep. And then Sunday is the big marathon. Well, by the time people hear this, I've already ran the marathon. But yeah.
What iteration of the LA Marathon is this? The 75th. What is the number this year?
I think it's 39.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a year older than the LA Marathon.
I know.
Oh my god.
That's kind of cool.
That's so. Yeah. It's like we're sibs.
So how was the training on this rodeo, this marathon training? How was it overall?
Honestly, a little brutal.
Yeah.
A little brutal.
because of running in the winter weather, because of rain, because of just the amount of miles?
It's a mix of both because I haven't ran that much of a distance since 2020 is my last marathon.
So pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Or during COVID, essentially.
Like literally the 2020 marathon was a week before everything shut down.
She ran the LA Marathon in March of 2020. That's when LA shut down. Yeah, okay.
So
see, I put the pieces together there. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this a redemption run? Are you going to PR?
Hopefully.
Is this about finishing? What's the intention?
My intention, well, I have an A/B plan. I kind of mentioned this on another podcast, but my A would be to finish sub 5.
Under 5 hours.
Yep.
I like the language sub 5. Okay, and then?
And then my B plan is just finish.
Just finish.
Just finish because we don't know how it's gonna go.
Yeah, mile 5. I think we just passed Chinatown and we were running Hollywood Boulevard and there was 4 inches of water, and that's when you see kids on the side of the street like hypothermia. That for me in 2011 that I realized, survivorship, like surviving 26 miles that's not child's play.
Did you know, fun fact, that the only reason it's 26 miles is because back in the Olympics, I think in 1920s when the UK had it, when England had it, they had to add an additional mile because they wanted the runners to pass by Buckingham Palace. So before marathons were used to be 25 miles. So they added the extra mile, like 1.2 miles in it because just to add to.
So because of the crown, we ran that extra mile universally?
Yeah, it's all the British fault.
It's the crown, huh? Nope. Yeah, so we're running because of the English.
Running further because of that.
They have so much impact on this country still, I guess. So, what time do you start your run on Sunday? 7?
7. I think most races are at 7, right?
Yeah, and then
Generally.
basically, are you doing the thing where I essentially think I know the answer, but for you and for everyone it's different. But you're going to dress up in layers, and then basically as the run goes, you start throwing clothes on the side of the street.
Yeah, actually tomorrow I have to go to Goodwill just to find like a throwaway shirt or a throwaway sweater for me to run in because I like good clothes I'm kind of attached to. It's like you don't want to necessarily give it away just yet.
So maybe I have some old shirts. What size do you need?
Doesn't matter. Something that I could just like toss on the fence before we start. If you
And
have a spare one,
yeah, I'm sure I got a spare shirt somewhere. Do you know the reality of like where those clothes go?
Yeah, they go actually give it to the homeless and kind of Goodwill given away to other people.
That's right.
Use, so
That's right.
Yeah.
Good job, LA Marathon folks.
Yep.
When they they pick up all the clothing on the side of the street. They put them all together and get them clean and get them to
You know how
the
much
people.
clothes are like people toss over the side?
Pounds.
It's like what, pounds.
Pounds of clothes.
Even in the 5K, like so many. It's like
Like, dude, that run is so short. Come on.
yeah.
Are you juiced? Like, are you gonna fill up your nutrients with jelly beans or the goo?
I got my gels. I actually have, in keeping with my kind of nutrition training nutrition, I got 6 gels.
And 7 Rice Krispie treats.
Just one, because
Sorry. Only 1 Rice Krispie treat.
Because I'm saving room for all the treats I'm gonna end up eating on the route.
It's funny. Like, I think around mile 10, you're like, I'll take those pretzels.
Yep.
And then mile 20, you're like, I'll take those French fries and that pizza. You'll take whatever, right?
Exactly.
You're just burning it so fast.
It was like, yeah, I'm gonna burn this off in like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. That's good though. I mean, like the fact that there's so many people willing to help out just to keep you hydrated and fed. Yeah. I think it's amazing. I think we've said this before. I love the vibe of this marathon.
Yeah, it feels like an LA gem. That's the gem of LA. It seems like, I mean, the amount of volunteers that come out and especially all the youth that run from certain schools, they participate.
Yeah. Do you remember when you ran a marathon, like how you felt beforehand?
Oh, nervous is a AF. Yeah, because it's more about just because you can run 17 doesn't mean you can, like, you train up to about, I think it got to 20 and then it tapered.
Yeah.
And that, but the feeling of that morning, I didn't sleep the night before, of course, but you're just like butterflies. But I just knew I told myself, you get in the line, it's just, everyone's just, ready to go. Go slow. So you feel the energy, like when the buzz goes off and everyone starts running. Mm-hmm. The part of me is like, you want to keep up. But the idea is like, no, go slow.
I think that's the thing. One thing I made a mistake on the first marathon. I was like, I went out too fast. Because we get like that. Like, you feel like we could sprint the first half, whatever. And then you realize after the halfway point, you're like, oh, man, I should have slowed down.
Yeah, let's go slow. Do you think you consider, like, gosh, it's one thing to run for 2 miles and like your mind can exhaust itself with thoughts for 2 hours, or at least an hour or two. But when you get into the 4 or 5 hours of running, I remember about 3 or 4 hours in, I was like, I stopped listening to music too. I was like, I'm just kind of not dead inside, but I'm kind of numb to it all.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Like that you're numb to the stimuli, the people cheering, numb to the pain, numb to the...
Yeah, I think it is a thing. I remember this for this training, when I was doing my 20 miles, there was a point probably after mile 16, I was like kind of like tuning out. I wasn't even paying attention to my music my podcast. I was listening to podcasts at that time. I was like, wasn't even paying attention. By the time I knew it, I was like, well, it was already done. It was on to the next episode. I was like, oh.
Is it super meta if you listen to your own podcast while you're running? It's like too meta, you won't do it, right?
Probably not.
You're like, gosh, this episode annoys me.
It's like, I hear my own voice every day.
Yeah, I know, in our heads.
It's like, do I really sound... Like, it's funny because the first couple episodes, I was like, do I really sound like that? Even in my own vlogs, sometimes I'd be like, did I really sound like that?
Oh, I know. I feel the same way. It's funny because I like my voice, but I think it's always discouraging that I think it's like, yeah, it's pretty middle of the lane, masculine, feminine, whatever. But it's more when people call me and like, I'm like, hi, I'm calling about, hello, ma'am. How can I help you? And I'm like, dude, I'm Ian. And like, okay, thank you, ma'am. I'm like, no. So hearing these, I'm like, I hope they know who I am, but we'll see.
Your voice sounds more
normal, right?
Normal.
When I don't know if it's when I call people, I'm like, hi. I don't know if I go
like
hi.
A higher tone.
But it's like, hi, I'm Ian. I'm not sure. They're like, oh, hey, ma'am. They're just trying to be fair. I sound like my mom or something. Have you thought about the pre-game? Meaning like the night before where you carb up, carb out? Mm-hmm. Do it?
Yep. Usually keeping with my tradition, I usually do at least like 2 days before. So it's like Friday night would be my big carb meal because my stomach can't handle too much the day before. But I'll kind of replenish a little bit on Saturday just to keep the momentum. So what my tradition is usually go to Cheesecake Factory and just get pasta there.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
Okay. This episode of Small Talk Tuesday is brought to you by Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
Where you can carb up for marathons or carb up for road trips to Las Vegas. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, they're good for carby ups.
And do you like the food there? Or is it more like it's kind of middle of the road, right?
Middle of the road. I mean...
Is it like most restaurants in the 80s and 90s were super cool? You're like, oh, Sizzler's the best.
Yeah. There's still a few Sizzlers around.
I'm sure.
Surprisingly.
Sure. Yeah. And then what was the one? Hometown Buffet?
Ooh.
That's not around, is it?
No, not the one near me anymore. It's not there anymore.
What was that soup one?
Soup Plantation?
Soup Plantation.
That was the bomb, yo. I love their soups.
It's gone, right?
Nah, yeah.
And then what's the other ones? Rainforest Cafe. Yeah, these are all restaurants that were super hip in the 90s. They're gone.
Everyone's all like, what are those places?
And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Cheesecake Factory can go the way of the cuckoo bird. I think it's going to go away at some point.
I mean, somehow Olive Garden survived all that.
I know.
Even CPK, I hate to say it, but CPK survived all that too.
California Pizza Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it survived. Hey, Red Ramen barely survives. What are we talking about now? Food?
Food.
See how it works? Like running and food. Food and running.
They all work together if you think about it.
They're very cohesive, aren't they?
Yeah. Prefacing this as we had some technical difficulties in the first half.
Jen didn't push record.
Yeah.
This is. Yeah, you deserved that one. But you know, it's really super common. It's super common.
Yeah. So really, the video kicks in and halfway, but still the same thing. Still same convo. Still same
vibes.
Ian, same Jen.
Same vibes.
Same vibes.
All right. So we talked right before we broke. We were talking about carbine, and at this juncture of running, there are going to be chronic pains that gain up in your legs, your back, your knee, your ankle, your toes. Where are the janky parts in your body that we have to be aware of for Sunday?
My knees.
Knees, left or right?
Right.
Right.
Right knee.
Brace, no brace. Stretch tape.
I have tape. I usually go for tape. I'll probably put tape the night before.
Okay.
But the brace kind of gets uncomfortable after a while because it's squeezing your leg.
And also it slides with the sweat and all the other things, right?
It does.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
And then I have my kind of like left hip a little bit, but that's pretty much been pretty good the last couple of weeks. So luckily, I don't have to worry about that too much.
Hips good, knees not so good. Ankles, feet.
Ankles, feet are good.
That's
Surprisingly,
good.
Knock on wood, it stays that way.
I know. It's weird. So you could just have a weird off running day and you misstep once. Then it's just tweaky, and then you can't stop thinking about it.
It's always when you're not running.
No. It's not when you're running. It's going downstairs to get water.
Walking across the street.
Or in the mailbox.
Always happens when you're not doing any kind of like strenuous physical activity. It's like, man.
Yeah, it's super painful.
Yeah.
What else is in your... So let's talk about... do you have like a little... Do you have one of those vests where you can put all your junk in it, or is it going to be in your pockets? Like, where do you put your phone and your snacks?
I have a hydration vest.
Oh, you have a vest.
I have a vest. I'm a vester.
You're a vester. And it has everything in it?
Yeah, I have the bladder in the back that goes in the back.
The bladder?
The water bladder.
Oh, is that a camel bag?
Yeah.
That's camel?
But it's designed for running.
Okay, but it holds water.
Holds water.
Room temp?
Yeah. Well, I'll probably put some ice in it beforehand, but it'll melt in no time.
Body heat.
But if it's not going to be too hot that day, it should be fine. I mean, I have that, and then I have my gels in the pockets, and my Rice Krispie treat in the pockets. My phone, I usually have it in the vest pocket because I'm used to running it in my pants pocket, but just to be on the safe side, I don't want it popping out and then falling on the ground.
Yeah, and then headphones.
Yeah, headphones, and then I'll have my GoPro documenting all of it.
Wait, you're gonna have a GoPro? Where?
Holding it the whole time.
But why? You gotta record the moment.
Of course. Gotta share it with you guys,
So you just have your little camera, you run around and kind of...
Yeah, I have it's attached to a little selfie stick I could extend.
Okay, so is there any special color coordination that you do?
No.
No, just ready.
I just need something green because it's St. Patty's Day.
Oh, wow, you're running on St. Patty's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then everyone's gonna be like super crazy with the green, no?
Green and the 4-leaf clovers.
Are you gonna wear makeup? Like the
No.
little, paint little cloves on your face?
I'm not that special.
Okay.
I just go as me.
It seems like extra, huh?
Yeah. I mean, clothing-wise, I'll try to match color, I guess.
Yeah. Dodger blue?
I would, but I need something that's more like sweat wicking.
Okay, so black and gray.
Yeah. Black shorts for sure.
Black shorts, yeah.
That's what I have. That's the only thing I have. Though the funny thing is, the only thing I have really is black colored clothing.
Yeah, that's pretty normal
for workouts.
Where when do you pick up your bib and everything?
Dodger Stadium.
When?
Friday. That's gonna be fun.
That's the part I get all nervous, right?
Yeah. Like
what's happening?
Like when you're holding the bib in your hand, it's like it's
serious.
It's serious. It's like no
Serious
turning
business.
back now.
No, you're on your own now.
Do you remember that feeling when you ran it? It's like holding that bib in your hand. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it's time to get it. What else? So we talked about carbing. This is all prep for Sunday where you're running the marathon. And by the time you're mile 13, I'll wake up, have a cup of coffee, turn on the race and see what you're doing. And I'll send some random text to you. Just be like, hey,
and I'm like, I'm dying.
and like you're dying, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm eating an omelet right now. Sorry about that. Bacon.
Send me a picture of you eating like your plate of food.
Full on.
And I'm like, I hate you.
I'll send you a selfie when I'm napping. It's going to be great.
Although I will say the post-race nap is going to be amazing.
Glorious. It's something like that, right? It's like your body's going to give out though. For me, my body gave out in mile 22. And
you hit the wall then.
I hit the wall, but the next 4 miles, my knee hurt so bad that you step beyond the beyond. You basically are like, I'm not listening to you, body, because until I cross the line, I'm done with you. Yeah. Like, I'm not. So, like, as much as your knee will cry, hey, please stop. You're like, no, we have a mission. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna die for you. I think it's gonna be. Do you think that you're gonna break it down? Is it gonna be a breakdown mile for you? You feel like go strong?
I think I feel strong. I mean, I did pretty okay when I did my 20 miler. So I I did take a couple of breaks here and there just to like catch up, but I think I'm okay. But I'm not gonna put 100% on terms of what I'm saying right now because anything could happen.
Really, anything can happen.
Because you never know.
You trip over a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, mile 2. You know,
especially like going up certain hills or down hills. It's like a whole other.
Yeah, it is another thing. And now, do you have your playlist all straight?
Oh yeah, I got 2 podcasts which are close to an hour and a half each, which is good. And then I got 2 playlists I could go back and forth on in terms of music. So if I get tired of one, I just go to the other.
Can't imagine listening to podcasts.
You get used to it.
It's so cerebral. Like I have to think while I'm running. It's very tough for me.
It's a good distraction because you're hearing other people talk and hearing their conversations. So you're kind of.
So do you want me to call you when you start and I'll just start talking?
Like, hey.
Hey, you ready? Let's do this thing.
1, 2.
I'm drinking coffee.
Eating a donut. I'm like, oh, I hate you right now.
What if I pick a book and I read the book orally through the phone? I read you a book of poetry.
Hey.
Haikus. And you're basically like, this is the worst podcast, but do you have a favorite book that you like? Charlotte's Web, Where the Whispering Rose.
Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights?
That was an old one.
So you want to read Wuthering Heights when you're running? Page 1.
Well, nothing too epic. I mean.
Nothing too epic?
Nothing too epic.
Yeah, because I'm epic, so it'd be like double epic. It's too much epicness.
I used to do that audiobooks too. I mean, I remember when I did the Long Beach Half Marathon, I'd be able to finish like 3 chapters depending on an audiobook. It's a good way to pass time.
I know, but I couldn't do it that way.
No, you can't get into it.
Well, no, if I'm busy reading, I'm trying to visualize and I'm in a deeper place of comprehension, like really hearing the words. And I feel like with running, I'm so focused on making sure my gait is kind of large gait. And sometimes I'll start to feel pain and my gait is too wide. So I have to focus on the footfall. If I'm focused on the footfall, then I'm definitely not thinking about thou shalt, whatever the line is, in the book.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm used to multitasking then.
You have many gifts. That's one of them. Let me ask you a question. When I ran the marathon, LA Marathon 2011, that's been many years now. We ran from Dodger Stadium to Santa Monica Pier, which was amazing. Now the route is different?
Yeah.
Well, tell me about it.
It's going to double back in the last 6 miles. So you're really ending up, you're going over, was it San Vicente or like
Century of the Stars or Avenue of the Stars?
Yeah, so it ends right there. So you go all the way there close towards San Vicente.
Do you cross that McDonald's on Santa Monica Boulevard, the McDonald's?
Probably not.
So brutal. Like 23, you're running by and everybody's like,
Smell of
I
fries.
can smell those fries. Yeah.
I mean, like, whenever we pass by restaurants, I remember in the last one, I would be like trying to run closer to the sidewalk because you could actually smell all the food that they're cooking. And it's so good. And you're like, oh, I want that right now. Because, you've been running and you're like,
Fries.
hungry.
Do you have an idea what you're going to want after? Can you already tell?
Probably a burger.
Burger, right? Let's go all in.
Burger and a refreshing drink. Probably a beer. I don't know.
Now, you gained 3 medals. Tell me about this 3 medal thing. You ran, it's California medaling. The idea is you ran a marathon in Pasadena, Los Angeles, and Long Beach, and then you got a super medal. Tell me about this.
Oh, you mean the triple 5K?
Triple 5K.
Triple 5K. It's one that's, you do the Santa Monica Classic, the 5K, and then the Rose Bowl 5K, and then the LA Big 5K, the one before the marathon. And you get a little special, challenge medal once you finish the LA Big 5K, which is gonna be pretty cool.
It's bigger than all the other medals, right?
I think. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen it.
Are you just the medals, or are you medal junkie?
Sort of.
Should be the name of the episode. Medal junkie. That's cool. Yeah, I like it.
But it's fun though, because it's like, the prize you're gonna get at the end, but it's like almost that rewarding feeling that you worked hard for it, and you're like, okay, yeah. And then I do get an extra medal again after the marathon because I ran the 5K, so I get the LA double play medal for that, for running the 5K and the marathon.
So you technically might come away with 4 medals this
yeah. I remember like when I did the first 2 marathons, people had like 6 medals on them. They do like the big Conquer challenge, and then they do the 5K challenge, and then they do the LA double play challenge, and then they have the marathon and all those. It's like, how much? What? That's a lot.
I don't think it's because you don't have a life. I think you have a life. But is it like just like overachieving at that point where you're like, dude, you're gonna rack in 4 this weekend? It's crazy.
Probably. I don't know. It's like
What's better than 1, 2? What's better than 2, 4? I don't know. 4 medals? That's baller.
It is.
It's a ball out, yeah.
I mean,
that's really good. I'm proud of you.
Aww.
And these 4 medals go to Jenn Razon. Overachieving. It's a lot. A lot of medals.
That's funny. I used to think like me trying to overachieve stuff is like almost a bad thing when I was younger. I was like, what? What?
Be humble.
Yeah, it's like I just try. I don't. But now I look at it as like, you know what? I like a good challenge. It's fun. It's just me. If I get too stagnant, I get bored out of my mind. So I gotta challenge myself all the time. So these little things like running marathons and races are challenging me out of my comfort zone and to do other things that I wouldn't necessarily do.
I recommend that every year, let's say you run these marathons, right? And then you get 4 on Sunday, and maybe you run another one at the end of the year. But what if like you basically on New Year's Eve, you basically are ready to like whatever medal you get in 2024, you just wear the medal every day. So this idea like after Sunday, when Monday comes and we're on set next Friday, you just wear all 4 medals. All of them.
It's all clank, clink, clink, clink,
and people are like, roll camera, like clink, clink. Dude, Jen, can you keep down the vibe? But more like, what do you think? Is that too much?
Probably.
I don't know. It's kind of baller though. I'll be like, yeah, I did that.
I mean, I'll bring the marathon one so I could be like, check it out.
4 though. Just wear them all like Rocky. And
wait, did he have 4? No.
No, but I'm just saying like you're a champion. You can wear all the medals you want.
The belt.
Yeah, you could turn your medals into a belt.
That would be cool. Like a wrestling belt, like Voltron, you put the...
Yeah, I just click them in. Superpowers. Before we go, I just want to say thank you. In this marathon, you raised money for City of Hope, where I did cancer treatment. I had AML, acute myeloid leukemia 10 years ago, and from that time on, I have not really been able to run. But I just want to say congratulations because you had a goal raising money for cancer treatment and research at City of Hope, and you hit the number. And so I just want to say thank you because, although you're running and you're going to ball out with these 4 medals on Sunday, I think it's more that you are running for those that can't run.
Mm.
And although I can't run, and you post every time you run, and I get excited because I realize, like, you know what? If everyone participates, running on behalf of others, there's some great compassion, but also a great community that is built. And so no matter what impact you may have felt with this raising money, I just want to say felicidades. It's really important.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
No, thank you. I mean, we've talked about this many times. It's one of those things where I like to put purpose in a lot of things that I do. And I knew one of the things, if I was going to run the marathon again, I wanted to continue that tradition of raising, money for a cause that I feel passionate about. And, the first 2 marathons that I've done were for City of Hope. And so I wanted to continue that with this one. I was like, you know what? Why not? Because it makes it worth it knowing that a lot of the funds that we raise is going to an amazing organization. They do so much work, great work. Having met so many more patients out there, having worked with you, that connection with City of Hope, meeting more people just besides you who have been treated there, makes it all worth it knowing that, they're still here because of the treatments that they receive. They're helping continue that tradition of making sure that those after them get those same treatments, and sometimes even better if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, look, what you're talking about is really this idea that most people don't want to put effort into raising money for something because they're like, I won't do anything. But when I had leukemia 10 years ago, transplant was available, but CAR T cell therapy was not. And so all the research led to CAR T cell therapy, where someone can get a transplant without having the bone marrow match, is that they essentially have been able to do that with research, and someone's got to fund that research.
Right.
And so you playing your part is so it's critical. But I hope that people will see that what you've done is not easy, but worth it. It's really worth it.
It is worth it. I mean, you've known it. I'm trying to promote it every week. It's hard enough trying to, get anybody to donate, and I feel blessed that so many had, contributed. It's not too often that you see those tally numbers keep going up each week. So I feel lucky that I was in that position to even raise the small amount that I did. It's
every bit counts.
Yep, every little bit counts.
But I think it's also you're spreading more the your intention. It's not so much about sometimes what we raise, but more the intention of the raising. And it says a lot about you as a person. And City Hope is a special place for sure. And I'm really grateful that you'll be hitting the pavement for all of us.
Thanks.
On Sunday.
I'll be wearing the RBB Tribe button with me, so you guys are with me while I'm running. And the fact that, the support, even not directly around me, but in this ethereal realm of things, I do feel that, and it helps me keep going, and the energy of all the people. So that's, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. No matter how much we're all going to be like, I want to stop and die right now, but it's no, I'm going to keep going, seeing all these smiles on the faces, knowing that I'm running for people who can't run, for those who are stuck in, Helford, looking out those windows and, still wishing that it could be out there, I'm running for them. So that's one thing I keep on the forefront of why I'm running.
It's beautiful. Yeah, there's times where I was at Helford Hospital and City of Hope campus, and there's only glass between us and the real world, and we just feel not part of it. So, people will be watching, and I think it's amazing, really amazing. Bravo. How do you want to close this episode?
Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody for, listening to us, but also the support that you've given me personally in this whole endeavor. It's been amazing. And I can't believe that at least this chapter of it all is about to end. As much as I don't want it to end, I'm also glad it's ending. And I'm ready for that next chapter to, whatever adventure that is. So thank you all. And,
Well, we're going to talk soon on an episode about your next venture, right? To Europe.
We are.
Oof.
That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We'll do it. So we'll end here for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us this week. And do tune back in because we got more stuff to talk about. But for now, we'll leave it there. Do listen to us here on YouTube and all places you find your podcast because we're going on up.
Ciao, ciao for now.
Ciao.